If you want to change the world, clean your room first. That is one of the rules from the book 12 Rules for Life from Jordan Peterson. And that specific rule always stuck with me, especially now with the work that I'm doing and the things that I'm hearing. And I think it's more relevant than ever because more people than ever want to change their life drastically. Yet, they do not want to do the basics, the simple things. Because it is very easy in essence. If you want to change your life, you've got to do different things. You have to change your life. And most people, they're too focused on some big, grand thing that they want to change. And it's basically often a cover-up for just not doing the basics, for staying comfortable. Because if we can just point our attention at this one big thing that is the evilness that doesn't allow us to grow and be the person that we are, then we don't really have to do the basics and we don't have to focus on those things. And whenever a client comes to me, they always have big self-sabotaging issues, right? Or they also always want to change themselves drastically, like most people do. And the first thing that I always do is I look at their current life. Like, what are they currently doing? Do they have a clean room? Before we start changing their world, because that's basically what it is, it's literally changing your world, are you actually living and sleeping in a clean room? And what do I mean by that? Your diet, your health, your training, your nutrition, your sleep, your finances and your relationships, and all the little things that you know you should be doing, especially when it comes to health, training, diet, and sleep. Are you prioritizing those things? Because if you feel like shit, but you're not training or you're not eating well, then we can do a lot of deep inner work and we can focus on the intellectual side of everything and why your subconscious programs might be the reason why you feel bad and this and that. But the hard truth is going to be, listen, get your fucking ass to the gym, make sure that you work out, that you train your body, that you create a strong and capable body, eat well, and sleep well. And that will change your life. It's that simple, because that is a big change that is very easy to implement, because we're addicted to comfort. We want to stay addicted to comfort. Sometimes we even want to stay addicted to our own problems. The same thing goes with relationships. If you look at cleaning up your room in your relationships, are you actually connected with the people that you know you need to connect with? Like, are you actually investing the time that you know you need to invest into your relationships? Whether that be your romantic relationships maybe with your friends, or with your family. Most of the time when I work with clients, for example, it's either going to be in their romantic relationship, or it's going to be in their relationship in their family. So give your mother a call, for example. Give your father a call. Give your brother or your sister a call. Spend some more time with your girlfriend, with your partner. Like, these are things that I shouldn't be able to tell you. And the same thing with finances. Are you spending recklessly? Have you actually looked at your finances? Where are you spending money that you shouldn't be spending, for example? And if finances is not really a big thing for you, if it's not an issue, if you've got money enough, sure, that's fine. But still, it's a form of self-respect towards yourself, right? To not be messy in all of these areas. Because if you're messy in one area, then you're going to be messy in a lot of areas. And it is so simple. When you focus on doing the basics right, then your life will often change very quickly too. Focus on your health, which includes your nutrition, your training, and your sleep. Focus on the relationship that you currently have. How can you invest time in those without it having a negative impact on whatever it is that you do? When you look at finances, are you being crazy with money? Have respect for yourself. Even if money might not be an issue, the act of reckless spending does something to you. And if money is tight, or if money is important to you, then look, like, where am I, being incongruent with that value that I state, that money is important for me, but where am I spending too much? Am I going out to dinners too much? All of these little things, right? Because we're addicted to comfort, because we're addicted to just making sure that we have an easy life, and they make our life harder. And it is, like I said, very easy to then focus on taking this one big giant thing that is the cause and the reason for all of your self-sabotage and for all of your misery. But if you don't even have a clean house, a clean room, then how do you expect to change the world? And this starts with the simple things: good routines, less screen time, healthy diet, all of these things that we just listed, right? You know all of these things. You can do all of these things. So before you want to tackle any big problems, make sure that you have the basics right first, because they will already change your life. In getting a good routine, in getting a good training routine, in making sure that your diet is good, in making sure that your sleep is good, in that process you will create discipline, you will create consistency, and you will create a self-image that is beneficial to what you want to become and what you want to do. Because when you do all of these things, you're taking care of yourself. And another word for that is self-respect. And that's what we want. We want self-respect. We want to be able to trust ourselves, because if we are not able to trust ourselves, how are we going to change our lives on a deeper level? We cannot. So before you want to go deep, look at the surface. Where are you being a little bitch? Where are you not showing up as a trustworthy guy towards yourself? Where are you hiding and pretending and managing and making excuses to not do the things that you know you need to do? Because it will change your life. Now, if you are doing all of these things, but you're also still going out in the weekends, taking drugs, drinking alcohol, you're still fucking up relationships, you're still promiscuous, you're still not the man that you know you should be, then it's not about becoming, but then it's about subtracting. And that is what my program focuses on. That's what I mainly focus on. It's not about becoming more and more and more and adding more to your life, but it's about subtracting what was never yours to begin with and what is not serving you, right? So if that's you, then definitely reach out to me on Instagram. We'll have a chat, and we'll see what we can do. Now, if you do have trouble, if you know what to do, you know all of these things, but you still cannot do them, you still cannot get yourself to do them, then there is a deeper rooted problem. And then you should reach out to me, because that's exactly what I help with. This is exactly what I went through. I had a 7-figure business. I did everything right. I had a nice car, a penthouse, all the stuff that, society told me to get. But I was still self-sabotaging on the back end. I was still taking drugs in the weekends. I was drinking every weekend. I was dating another girl every single weekend. I was a fucking degenerate, a high-functioning degenerate. And I wanted to get rid of my self-sabotage, but I couldn't, because I was stuck in this loop. And I hated myself for it. I felt guilty, I felt ashamed. And eventually, everything came crashing down. And I lost all my money, I lost my penthouse, my car, and I hit rock bottom. And when I hit rock bottom, I decided to change myself before I would change something else, before I would do something else. So I decided to clean up my own room before I decided to change the world again, change my world again. And I spent 5 months figuring that out. I spent 5 months cleaning up everything that had been sabotaging me. I spent 5 months cleaning up things that I'd been holding on to for such a long time that weren't serving me anymore. And when I did that, the most authentic and highest performing version of me could finally arise. The thing that was always there, it was always there, but it was just covered up with all of this bullshit, with all these stories, with all this sabotage, with all of this delusion, with all these fears, fear of judgment, and holding on to the wrong thing. When I got rid of that, the best parts of me survived, stayed, and then I could build upon that. And that's eventually what helped me to rebuild a new business, get into my best physique ever, live a way more fulfilling and congruent life, and live in alignment, not having this constant second guessing, not having this constant self-doubt, not having to constantly ask myself, am I making the right or wrong decision, and facing and experiencing the consequences of some subconscious program that was running the show. No, none of that happened anymore. And I was actually just finally living life. I was flowing with life, and that's when I started to perform at my absolute highest level. Relationships, career, finances, everything started to bloom, everything started to flow. Decision making became better, because the moment that you completely trust yourself and respect yourself, everything in your life turns around. Then your whole world turns around. And that's what I help guys with now. So if that's something that you feel like you need help with and you want to use a system, I've created a model based on my own experience that I've created over the past 7 months. You can use that and it will absolutely change your entire life in just a span of 90 days. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if there's any questions. You can always reach out to me. My DMs is always open. I always reply personally to every single DM. I don't work with fucking setters or anything like this or that. The stuff that I do is personal. So if you reach out to me, you always speak with me. And if there's any questions, just feel free to reach out, guys. And I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.